Hey there, this is Christy Winfrey with Legacy Transactions, bringing you another Tuesday tip. This week, I want to talk about what is the number one most important thing in a real estate transaction. In my opinion, it's communication. I think communication is the essential part of a real estate transaction. The lack of communication makes a transaction so much harder than it has to be, and exceptional communication makes the transaction just go very smoothly for all parties, or at least as smoothly as it can. We all know that real estate transactions are sometimes going to have hiccups, and sometimes they don't go exactly as planned. However, whenever you communicate through that process, it will still go much smoother than if people go silent during the transaction. So, a couple of tips that you can use to have better communication is set proper expectations. So, whenever you first meet with that client and have your consultation, set that expectation of what's going to happen during the transaction. And you can also set proper expectations around your communication. So, when you're available, roughly how long does it take you to respond to things? People also want to know that you're able to respond promptly. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to text them back this second they text you, but if you're able to respond and just acknowledge that you got the message and just say, I can get to that in about an hour, I can get to it in about 2 hours, but setting that expectation is what truly helps communication shine. Also, utilize the tools that you have, such as your technology apps, maybe your CRM, um, things that you use to track deadlines, and then you can do your communication around those deadlines in the transaction. And then be clear and concise. So I always try to ask clear questions whenever I send people emails, such as one of our email lenders. I'll ask concise and clear questions such as, do they have conditional approval, or has the appraisal come in yet? And did it make value? Because so many times I'll ask, has it come in? And I'll get yes as a response, but that doesn't tell me if it made value. So be clear and concise when asking questions and when communicating that back. And then also, lastly, just follow up. So if you don't get answers on things, follow up until you get the answer. That way you can provide those answers to your clients. And then just have a system in place so you can look and see, when was the last time you communicated with this person, and is it time to follow up with them again? I hope you have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you next week.